Welcome to another episode of Sawdust Nation Podcast. Man, we have a special episode for you, but first, let me introduce our hosts. We have Nap from Nap Snutty Works LLC and son Zane.
Say hi, Zane.
Hi.
We have myself, Josh from North Country Woodworking, and my son Noah.
Hi.
And today's going to be the father and son episode. So without further ado, let's get into episode 165. It is.
Yeah, let's strap in for this one, folks, because who knows what the kids are going to say. My son can answer questions, but maybe not as coherently as Noah. But yeah, we'll get into it. So before we get into the shop talk, I'm just going to give my son an introduction because he really doesn't know how to give his own introduction yet. He's not a professional. But this is my son, Zane. My son, Zane, he's 5. He'll be 6 here in September. He actually starts school next week, so he starts real school. He starts kindergarten. I'm kind of nervous for that. I don't know about all the parents out there, but one thing I can say is I'm nervous as heck because he's been going to the daycare. He's learned a lot there. It's been great, but he's had not like actual school structure. So they have like the daycare structure where they lead them around like a bunch of a herd of cats, and they keep them from killing each other and all the things. But he hasn't had a real schedule yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But hey, buddy. Hey. How was your day at school today?
I don't know.
You don't know? What'd you do?
I don't know.
Oh, he's gonna be shy. That's what this is gonna be.
Hey, I was shy the first time too.
But hey, go ahead and introduce your son.
Well, before we get to that, I want to ask Zane a question. Are you excited about school, buddy?
Yeah.
Zane, are you excited about school?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you nervous at all?
You nervous about school?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love schools.
Well, if you love school, why would you be nervous?
Well, Dad, it's new.
It's new.
Hey guys, I want to show my toys.
You want to show your toys? All right. Well, you run and go get your toys. Go get your toys.
Okay.
As he's getting his toys, I'll go ahead.
I'm going to go get something.
Nope. You're going to introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are and if you're in school and all that. Go ahead.
I'm in 2nd grade, and I have a great teacher. Her name is Miss Goodwin.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Miss Goodwin, huh? Do you like 2nd grade? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
We have a dinosaur in the building, people.
I called the dinosaur. This thing's called T-Rex.
Oh,
T-Rex.
Nice.
Well, hang on. Let me finish with Noah here. So math, I hated math. I was terrible at it.
Too.
I still can't add. Just ask when I mess up on a project.
Dinosaur, Daddy.
All right, listen. This dinosaur, I'm gonna break it.
That's all good. That's all good.
Okay, then. Okay, we'll be right back.
Okay, get a non-noisy one.
We have Victor saying that it's the best toy he's seen on the podcast so far.
But yeah, so you like math, all right? You like 2nd grade. You got a bunch of friends.
Yep.
What'd you do today for the first time?
We played on our Chromebook today, and we did extra math, and we did a lot of stuff today.
Well, I was trying to hit on the fact that you went to practice today.
Higher Raptor versus Allisaurus.
Noah's talking. Hang on.
And we didn't go out. We said it was too hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot down here right now.
Really hot.
But he started soccer here recently. But hey, Zane, you got some toys, man. Let's see what's going on with those.
What toys you got?
Allosaurus.
Allosaurus. Okay, real quick background. This kid knows like every dinosaur. Like he can say all the crazy names, but he can't speak normal sentences. I don't get it. Anyways, talk about it. So it's which one, Zane?
Allosaurus are dangerous.
Allosaurus is and they're dangerous. I can imagine they got lots of teeth.
And then you can push this button. Its bones are sticky.
Wait, hold on. This thing's got sticky bone. Where'd you get this one? Who got you this one?
I think Nap just found this new toy.
Mommy got you this one.
Yeah, at the store. This is the big dinosaur I've never seen. I saw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this thing's called a Pyroraptor.
That's pretty cool.
He can do under the water with ice, and then he's dangerous.
Oh, I think I saw
paleontologist.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Daddy. I want to show you something big.
Well, can we wait for the big stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you talking about the big white one?
Yeah. I'll show you, okay?
Fine, go grab it. This is how you're going to get his interaction. This is his content for the podcast.
So, Noah, since he's going to get his toy, what do you think about the woodworking in the shop and all that?
It's good. I like the bandsaw. That's my favorite tool.
No coaching, by the way. No coaching there.
Why do you like the bandsaw of all tools?
This is a big velocity. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
That is huge.
That is huge. Oh my gosh.
Have you done a sign for his room? Like a dinosaur sign or something?
I did dinosaur tracks, remember, for Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh. That is huge. Oh my gosh.
That's bigger than you, man.
And this thing is open. It's like
it eats other dinosaurs.
I can see that. Yeah. Is that? Oh, what is that?
Zane, do you like woodworking? Do you like going into the shop with Dad?
He opened his mouth.
Hang on. Hey, do you like going to the shop with Daddy?
Yeah.
What do you like to do out there in the garage?
The dinosaurs?
Well, you play with your dinosaurs. Do you like playing in the sawdust?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like using the vacuum?
Yeah.
Oh, you do too, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do.
He's my expert cleaner. He's my employee.
Okay, I'll get the another.
They're expensive, I'm telling you what.
Go ahead. Go get another one of your toys.
Oh my gosh. How many does he have?
No noise.
No noise, okay.
So why do you choose the bandsaw as your favorite tool?
I don't know, actually.
You just like it? Okay, fair enough. What's your favorite project we've done in the workshop?
I like the desk that you made me.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember when we were just referring to the actually one piece of oak I really enjoyed working with, had a lot of figure and stuff with it. And we put in epoxy, blue epoxy, right?
Yep.
And when I was mixing it, it went everywhere.
It was like on him. It was on the workshop. It was everywhere. It was on the floor.
Okay, admit it, though. Admit it. You liked the mess, Noah. You know you liked making the mess.
Yes.
He makes more.
I make more mess than you?
Yes, kind of.
That's fair.
I could believe that, though. I could believe it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. Noah's toys, for the most part, are packed, or you'd be getting them out. Do you know where your stuff is?
Yep.
Can you get it quietly?
Sure.
Okay. He's going to go get some toys that he wants to...
I have a toy right here.
Oh, any toy. Get a toy you like. Zane, let's see that dinosaur, my friend.
Which one's that one?
This thing's called Velociraptor Blue.
That is my favorite right there.
Me too.
Bring him to the camera. Show him. Right here. Look like this. Look. See, look. This is the camera.
Ooh, look at that.
Wait.
I will say your toys look a lot better than mine did. It.
This dinosaur is
right?
a crocodile.
Look at that thing.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. Real quick. Pause from the kids for a second. When I was a kid, it was Legos. Now, we still have those. We call those GDs and mother effers. That's what I call them because I step on them, and those are the words that come out. But I can tell you what, the toys kids have these days, if they bother to play with the toys, right? Because most kids, at least I've seen the very young children, and some even in like middle schools and early high school, they rely heavily on the old iPad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like keeping them busy, but not with that all the time. What you got, Noah? What'd you bring?
So I have another one of these, but it's blue, and it goes on the wall, and there's like a flashlight that the color follows.
Zero gravity laser, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Does that thing really crawl up the wall, Josh?
Yes, it actually does.
Actually does.
What?
There's a fan that suctions to the wall, and there's a sensor that follows a laser, and it gets stuck quite often above stuff when it can't see the laser.
This is my second one.
Yeah.
And
I don't know where you got these. It's a mommy thing.
This is one from Mommy.
Yeah, blame Mom.
From Uncle Dan.
Oh, okay.
So this is from Uncle Dan, the other one from Mom.
For your birthday?
Yeah.
That makes sense because I wasn't here.
Oh.
I do not know where he got this.
Okay, we're gonna put this back here for now.
All right, Zane's got 2 more dinosaurs, and then we'll talk about woodcraft.
Have?
That's
Okay.
awesome. He has so many.
So to be fair, Grandpa doesn't know when to stop buying freaking dinosaurs. I've had to tell him to. I told him he's cut off.
He's cut off in the dinosaurs.
Too many.
Too many dinosaurs.
Show.
This thing's called Eating the Rat. Oh, that's my favorite right there. Look at that guy.
Yeah, we'll let you watch the movie and you wouldn't sleep for a week.
And this thing, I don't know what this thing called.
You see?
Oh,
I don't know. That's a greenosaurus.
that's a camera.
Okay, buddy. He's not eating the camera.
So on today's podcast, we're going to learn about dinosaurs and toys. It's actually a toy review.
We're gonna make millions.
Watch, we get like 20 more Patreons based on the toy review.
Right?
I'll get one more dinosaur. Okay?
One more and you're done. No more after that.
Okay.
He loves his dinosaurs. I'll tell you what.
Get a dinosaur.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has no. It's enough.
I'll be back.
That's enough. I said. Everyone has their little thing. I mean, Noah, he's really into, like you said, math. He has math books, math equations he writes down. Science. You just sit there and copy science books. He's gonna be smarter than me here soon.
You're talking about he already is smarter than you.
Shh, don't tell him that. He already has a big head.
Big head.
All right, your last dinosaur. What do you got? Last two. Okay, you said one. You got two.
This thing's called Brontosaurus. Oh,
Ooh,
okay. That's a good one, actually. This thing's called Brontosaurus. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Well, now stop asking for them and blaming your boy. It's okay. You caught me. I want the dinosaurs. It is what it is. And Todd says, that's Grandpa's job, Nap. Spoil the kids and give. You're not lying. Like, I get on this kid for a bunch of stuff. The grandparents are supposed to be the good guys. When the grandparents are the bad guys, that's when you know they done messed up.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That one.
This thing's called a Triceratops.
That's a pretty cool one, too. That used to be one of my favorites.
Look at glass.
No more dino.
That's so cool, huh?
Mm-hmm. So, Zane, do you like working in the shop with Daddy?
Yeah.
What do you like to do in the shop?
Like dinosaurs?
You play with his dinosaurs. See? That's what he knows. Just
Hey,
dinosaurs.
that's nothing wrong with that. Well, you like Pokemon, don't you?
I math.
Well, you like Pokemon for like the shows and the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made you some characters. I made you Pikachu, right?
Yep.
Mew. What else? The Pokemon sign, right?
Yeah, you made me the sign.
Yeah.
It was Mew, not Mewtwo. Mew.
Mew. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Not Mew. Not Mewtwo.
So it's crazy, right? So over the time of building things in the shop, wives typically like get a honey-do list, right, of things like they want us to make, and it's like I'm like, I don't want to make that, but then they're like, oh, we'll make this for your son, and then like we're like Johnny on the spot, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make that. So like, what was it? Christmas Eve, Santa went out and made a bunch of dinosaur prints, and stacked them out, and he had a bunch of dinosaurs waiting for him.
That's pretty cool.
Hey, Zane, do you have any Pokemon cards? What? Do you have any Pokemon cards? Oh, no. I don't have coconuts. I don't have coconuts. I don't have coconuts.
They said Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon? I don't have Pokemon.
Okay, so to be fair, so he was getting to the stage where necessarily all the like little kid shows were getting kind of old, or like he was above those. And I knew that he was going to be having to get into something. And I collected Pokemon cards when I was younger, when there was like 100.
Right?
Yeah.
That was like 500-600, something like that.
And I'm like, we'll just watch the original series. I know it. It's pretty straightforward. It's kid friendly. I wouldn't mind going down memory lane, and I created a monster.
I like it. And I watch Digimon now.
Yeah, I introduced him to Digimon too.
That's still playing?
No, not that I know of.
Can I get some Digimon cards?
No, like maybe for Christmas or something.
Is there any?
Sure, there is. Yeah.
Okay. Noah, what? Did you got the Pokemon? What? Did you got the Pokemon?
Do you have Pokemon cards?
I do. A lot.
Yes, you do.
What? I have 3 folders of them. 3.
Binders? 3 binders?
Binders, yes.
It's 4. I don't know.
So he started with baseball cards. He ate them. That's how he started.
Good source of fiber. I mean, the holographic ones come out interesting.
He was in diapers when he first discovered my baseball cards. Luckily, I was smart enough to put the numbered ones and signed ones in a separate box. But he got a hold of one of my sets, and he may or may not have tore them to shreds.
Yeah, you gotta love it. But as they get older, like I Noah started the same way in the shop where he was vacuuming, kind of helped picking up. I actually have a small broom, and now he, vacuums here and there. But I invite him in there every once in a while for like a daddy Sunday, and we'll go ahead and do some epoxy work, and we'll do something fun. We haven't done that in a while, but we should.
So you talk about like kids being in the shop. Okay, so real quick. So if you remember, I want to say this was almost a year ago now. This is when I was like redoing my shop, and I had to like throw some stuff through a router. And I brought my son out there to, work on the router. He definitely has he's taken a liking to the woodworking thing, but right now he's kind of like obviously dinosaurs. That's his thing. But he gravitates to like helping me out in the shop more. Like, Daddy, can I put stuff in the fire? Because he knows out back I got my burn pit.
Yeah.
And he'll go grab the scraps that are on the ground and he'll throw them in, in the fire pit. Yeah, shut your mouth, Jason. I know it was without glasses, okay, but hand placement was key, and we didn't lose any fingers that day. All right.
I do remember that.
Yeah, because a bunch of people started getting on me about it, and I was like, listen, guys, kiss my Anthea, okay?
Walnut. Yes, we're burning more walnut.
But no, I'm hoping he gets into it more. He likes watching the CNC work. He loves watching the laser work. Obviously, he doesn't know how to use them, but he loves watching them.
Oh, Noah, I want to tell you something. Can I show you where your Pokemon cards? Sure.
Do you know where they are?
I think
so. He moved, buddy.
They have to be downstairs. You cannot go upstairs.
Oh, I went upstairs to get my call too.
I know. You shouldn't.
Let me check.
You cannot go upstairs. Your sister's sleeping.
Okay.
You wake your sister up, you're going to bed.
No.
Yeah.
I go upstairs.
Don't get Noah in trouble. He's got to go get him, but if he can't find him, he can't find him, okay?
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. If my kid gets into Pokemon cards now, that's fine, because I like Pokemon too. I'm a nerd. Heather, we don't have them out yet, Noah. Take a rain check.
I'm trying.
Okay, we don't have him out, buddy. Come on. Yeah, he is like, it's easy to get a hold of, there's plenty of shows, movies, and you know what? They're actually entertaining to watch.
No,
I mean,
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah.
Yo, okay, so I gotta ask Josh, with your boy, does he know how to work the controller and all the Netflix stuff?
Yes, he can get on there and pretty much navigate. In the mornings, we do allow him, and the weekends, to come down now with his sister to kind of like turn on a cartoon so we get like a half hour of sleep before I get paranoid and come back downstairs. But yeah, he's pretty good with it. He tests boundaries every once in a while. Like today, I went upstairs to change, and I came downstairs, and he grabbed the Nintendo Switch, decided he could just play it without asking.
Freaking Ben.
Sneaky.
Yeah, well, you're not going to be playing that for a while. But surprise. Yeah, man, I mean, it is like, it's great to have him in the shop. It's great to, he's getting more responsibility. He's getting a little older. He gets in the shop. I let him do a little bit more. I actually let him play a little bit more outside by himself.
Thank you, Daddy.
But
well, we had to put a password protection on our adult Netflix, like the one that has like no rating.
Yeah,
because this one, we'll just say that we know he likes girls.
Ooh.
Noah's like, oh no, I've been caught. I've been exposed. He's exposed. Yeah. So we had to lock it down because he was watching things in the morning, because he wakes up in the morning before we do.
Yeah.
And he'll go, and he'll watch his tunes. Well, now he's got his kids Netflix, and he watches a bunch of random stuff. Like Ninja Turtles is a thing for him now.
Yeah, that's my thing, Ninja Turtles.
But then maybe Noah does this too. But does he like find a song that he likes and just keep singing it over and over?
No, he's more like he'll find a movie and he'll watch that, like if it's a rainy day, whatever, where he's watching TV, he'll watch it over and over for like 2 weeks. And then like all of a sudden he won't want to watch it anymore. But his sister finally decided that she started like watching it. So she wants to watch it and he don't. So
well, I can tell you there's a song he's been singing for like 3. What are you doing? He's been singing this song for 3 straight weeks. And I tell you, if I hear it again,
Baby Shark.
No. Hey Zane, what's the song you were saying? Adi Adi.
Bound by Magic Dragons.
Yeah, Imagine Dragons.
Oh, I like Magic Dragons.
Sing it, Zane.
Okay. I don't know.
How does it go? Dude, he watches it, I kid you not, every morning. I'll hear Adi Adi ah, na, 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 and I'm like, no.
Real quick, going back to the whole girl thing. So Noah, when there's a pretty girl around, acts like this, and all of a sudden he can't talk.
What shit is
The things we deal with as parents, right? And I'm about to have a second one of these, a second boy. Oh my god!
Mine was very angry that she could not come downstairs and be here with us tonight. I'm surprised Heather's on because, like, she was absolutely not happy with the fact that he's down here and she's up there sleeping.
Well, and with Daddy.
So typically he's pretty quiet, but he's actually pretty. After we got the dinosaurs out, that's when everything opened up.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me started about that.
You remember your first episode? I remember my first episode. It was hard. I mean, like, it's easy to talk to now because I mean we know everyone in the chat. You know they were talking. We know each other, everything, and kind of been doing it for a while. But when you're doing it for the first time, it's intimidating. Talk about intimidating. So I went to my newcomers brief, and that's a military thing. You show up to a new base, they kind of give you a briefing of the agencies. And I gave my own safety brief because the safety guy was a little bit late because we were early. So I took the remote and I just briefed the slides. I have my own brief. I'm going to have to do it eventually, so I just did it.
No, Ben, that is not apple juice.
You okay?
That is an adult beverage.
So, what's the project you want to do in the garage?
There was one I've been wanting to do when I was 1.
Oh, really? Since you were 1, huh?
Yes.
Dang.
It was, I think it was 4 when I wanted to do that. I don't know.
No, it's 4? Okay.
I don't know. But I really wanted to do, you know what I'm going to say, math with you. Math.
You want to do math in the shop with me?
Math. I love math.
So,
hey,
If I see math.
You know, woodworking is all math, right?
Yes! Math.
Jason brings up a good point. Message for the boys. Someday when you're older, this video will be on the internet for your girlfriend to see. It's going to be on the internet, like, as of today. So...
You don't have any girlfriends I don't know about, right?
Where are you going? No, you're going to sit and hang out. You're with me for a little bit longer. Come on. See, this is why I don't like him being on the TV too much. Because he's like, oh, I'm going to go watch a movie. No, you're not.
Yeah, we get the same thing here and there.
What?
Just play with your dinos.
Sometimes people forget to ask. And they tell. And we have to remind them.
I mean, we could let the kids go because we know their attention span's about as long as a goldfish. So,
yeah, if you want, you want to stay or do you want to go upstairs and go night-night?
Stay.
Okay, stay. It'll be good.
Okay.
It's up to you, man.
Well, he might bounce. It's fine.
We don't want to force him. I mean, like I said, this is a lot to sit here for an hour talking without toys.
Yeah, right. He's been grabbing toys, and I'm like, okay, cool, man. Like, yeah, all the noise.
No,
Crap.
absolutely. We're gonna do a recap of what happened for us this week in the shop to get some shop talk in there. I'll let you hit it off, man, and then I'll tell you what's going on in the shop for me.
Just stop bumping that on the table, okay? As I have Triceratops on my shoulder, let me talk about the week in the shop. All right, so we've had quite a bit going on in Naps Naughty Works. I've actually gotten really busy all of a sudden. Not that I'm complaining, but I can tell you my procrastination has had to be limited a little bit more because I have actual deadlines now. So I've got quite a few things due next week, Wednesday, this week, Friday, and then a couple of the jobs, they start getting towards like the, end of September and whatnot. But so I have those CE plaques. If you remember, I made like the acrylic piece that stands off the plaque. I had a guy reach out to me. He goes, "Hey man, can I get 2 of those?" I was like, "Heck yeah!" So that's easier money for me because I already made it and I already know what I got to do to make it. So it was nice to be like, "Oh heck yeah, I can get easy money for that." And then I got a random job while I was at AFSA from one of my old bosses. I have to do the epoxy tonight and the laser plate maybe tonight, and then I can send it on its way. But I can tell you about this one particular project. I hate when someone goes like, yeah, I want a really cool project, but, I don't want it to cost me an arm and a leg, use the cheapest material. But I'm like, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have cheap material. Like, that's not a real thing. Cheap material is a myth, especially in today's day and age. Are you doing Spider-Man? You like Spider-Man too, apparently.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey man, listen, I'm going to give you cherry because it's roughly the same cost as oak here. And, I'll do the epoxy stuff. It's not a lot of epoxy, so I'm just going to do it. Typically I'll charge $1 amount for epoxy work, but I don't use my pigments nearly enough and I don't use epoxy nearly enough that I'm just like, all right, whatever, I'll just do it and not add anything extra. Like it's whatever.
Especially so.
Yeah. So I got that job. I have that shadow box. Hey, Zane, go grab that for me.
Where?
Grab the big wood thing right here. That one. Yep, that one. Give it to me. So shadow box do. This is the facade for those that are watching. So it's relatively big because if I'm fitting in here like this, the space for viewing of pieces is pretty large. But you'll notice when I initially brought it out, you'll see this back piece here. That's where I put my glass. No, not that one, buddy. I'm going to actually use Totalboat's UV resin.
Okay, yeah.
Put the glass in here. It's actually been it's been a time saver. I don't have to wait 3 hours for Gorilla Glue to dry, so I'll use that for that.
Nice save. What's up, buddy?
Okay, go get some that you made.
Is it downstairs?
In the workshop, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, just be careful. So I will say I'm not a fan of oak, but I mean, like I
know you're not a fan because you gave me stuff about it, like literally after I sent you a picture of it.
Oh yeah. I think that's gonna look pretty good. You're gonna do what kind of stripes with that?
So I'm just gonna take plain oak. So I'm gonna take natural color of oak. It's like a golden color.
Oak.
It's oak on oak. It's nothing like crazy. What I can say for this particular customer, so I really wish they would have just went with the walnut cherry because what they ended up giving me in tip was close to what that would have costed, and I kind of wish they would have. But then again, I might not have gotten tipped either, so I don't know. But either way, it's for a friend of mine, and they were cool enough to order from me as well as spread the word of my business. So I'll probably have another one of these shadow boxes to make here within the next month, actually. So business is getting better, but it's not overwhelming. And as I say that, I have 56 mementos to make by Friday, which I have 28 left. I'm doing 7 at a time on the laser. I realized that it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Like I have a jig right now that I have that does one. Zane Michael Nipiedai. That does 1 at a time, but I end up doing 7 at a time, and it works out just fine. So I'll finish those probably by Thursday evening. I mean, I have to. They're due Friday. I have one of those spinners to make, the 2 CE plaques, and I did 2 glass mugs. I did a tumbler, and I have that 3D project I'm doing for the Chief. That he's leaving next week, Wednesday. That's one of those projects I got to do. I have someone working on some things for that. And then I have an interesting project. Excuse you. Thank you for covering your mouth. So I have a very interesting project. Josh, you've seen baseball cards, football cards, and stuff, right? Before
Yeah.
in your life,
I
right?
have it.
Okay. So have you ever seen the jersey cards ever?
Jersey
Like
cards.
the ones that have like the piece of jersey in it or the piece of glove or
No, I don't think I have.
they're called relic cards. So for those that listen, you'll know what a relic card is if you're a baseball card collector, or even football, NHL, for hockey, any of that kind of stuff. So these particular cards, they have pieces of jersey, they have pieces of glove, like batting glove, like a mitt for catching a ball, piece of football. Any of these things that are authentic pieces from like players that they've used in game.
Yeah.
And they take a piece of it and they put it in a card. And it's got, it's numbered, it's got a logo, it's got their face, all the stuff on it. So there's a particular item. It is a munition, piece of safing gear for a munition. And unfortunately, it's a very odd shape. And it's not like the previous pieces where I was able to make something out of it.
Okay.
Like actually something functional. So I'm going to take a piece of that cover and a piece of the Remove Before Flight streamer, and I'm going to do what's called a double relic baseball card, or in this case, football, because he likes the Saints. So I'm going to put pieces of the munition safing gear or coverings in this piece of wood. I'm going to have to do a 1/4 inch for one piece, and I'm actually have to laminate this together. So I'll have to turn it over, carve out the spaces for the pieces that are getting glued in, and then once I do that, I'll sandwich it together, and then I'm going to laser some stuff on it. So I'm actually going to laser just like a football card. I'm going to mimic a football card, and I'm going to laser it. And then for certain parts, I'm going to epoxy one particular portion. So on these particular types of cards, especially when they're for people like, let's say, Mike Trout, Barry Sanders, any of these people, I know it's baseball and football, but like those are two of the names that come to mind. There's numbers on them. Well, this particular one is going to be 4 of 4. And the reason why it's going to be 4 out of 4 is because that's how many munitions were released with a 100% release rate for the first time ever for the aircraft.
Oh, wow.
And because he is our person that heads us up as a weapons community, I don't want to give full title. We're going to do that for him. So I'm going to make this for him, and it's going to be styled after the New Orleans Saints football team. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know how this is going to look. I'm still I see it in my brain. Like I was talking to someone earlier about this. You see the project, you know what it's going to look like, or hope you know what it's going to look like. You take information, you generate a rendering in your brain, and that's what you want to happen. Well, I typically can't put that on paper. I suck at drawing, and I don't have enough know-how in a program to make that happen.
I do a lot of times with Lightburn, like a 2D version, a layout. That way they kind of have some idea. But it sounds like it's going to be pretty cool.
Garbage pieces in a card. How dare you, Victor?
Well,
burn the oak, save the walnut. Oh, God.
Should be a shirt.
But yeah, so typically, you'll see shirts and stuff in those cards, but I'm using if you guys know what a JASM is.
Yeah.
You know what that is. It's a type of munition. Like AGM 158, anyone that's listening can look that up. It's common knowledge. It's fine. But it's a covering from one of those. So I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to keep the rest of it because guess what? They didn't say I had to give it back. So I'm going to cut a piece of it out, put it in there, and now I got one. Yay! So it is what it is. But I'm pretty excited to make these projects. Yeah, man. Like that's really what I got going on in the shop. It's dirty as hell. It's dirty as heck still. But I've been cleaning up as I go, but it's still a thing. I do have an announcement for the shop. So I've made enough money back to the point where I'm getting a new dust collection here in the next month.
Laguna?
Harvey 700.
No kidding.
No.
I'm going to get one of those because I've done a lot of researching, and I can tell you right now that thing is going to be able to provide dust collection for my entire shop by itself.
Yeah, that's what I want in the end game. I just don't have the power for here. Noah, do you have something to show everybody?
Yeah.
So what is that?
What you got, buddy? Hey, Zane, look what Noah made.
This. Oh my goodness. For Mother's Day.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is
That's
actually
pretty cool.
done with my diode laser that I had back in Jersey. And before I had, I think the CNC, and I just had the laser. And what we did is we went through, found a design. He helped me engrave it. And then we painted our hands. And this is actually on pieces of cedar. I married up, bookshelf. And yeah, we did it together and gave it to Heather, Mom. And
My hand glue.
yeah, you get a little bit bigger there.
Your
Kid.
hand glue, little.
No, I don't think my hand grew.
You don't like cut it off.
You know, you give me an idea now. So now me and my boy have to make something like that. But we'll probably do it for Christmas, though.
Yeah, I like to incorporate my daughter in there too. Stop. But yeah, I mean, do fun projects when we can. Talking about projects and stuff like that, the shop is basically almost ready to go.
It looks good, man. I'm sorry to interrupt, but dude, that thing it's looking good.
I did a lot of things. Like I said, I learned a lot when I was in New Jersey, but Heather and I were talking actually in the shop yesterday, and I learned a lot. But in Jersey, I would buy a tool and have to make room. Buy a tool, make room, and it worked out really well toward the end. But now I have the tools. In fact, I just sold the tool. We'll get into that in a second. But long story short there, I know how I like my shop. I know how I like things set up. I have a good understanding on all my tools because I've had them for a moment. What's up?
I'm just having to show them.
Okay. Try to be quiet. And then with that, it allows me to kind of understand how I'm going to video in there as well. How, where I want the light, where I want certain things. I've left space in the shop for certain things up and coming I'll be doing for myself in there. And I'm not sure, maybe something in here as well, depending. But yeah, we're almost there. I'm upgrading my dust collection. I've been using the V7 dust collection boot from PWN CNC, and it's been, been awesome. But I honestly want something that does the same thing, but essentially feeds out the back to the Festool hose. So I'm using, I think it's version 3 dust boot. And I'm 3D printing some of the stuff because I bought the maker files, some adapters, that way I can utilize it on the X car. And I have the parts kit coming here. It should be here this week or beginning of next. So doing a lot of 3D printing. I will say I put that 3D printer on the moving truck. It literally moved with all my household goods. I have not had to do one calibration on anything. It's been printing like perfect. So like I am totally happy with how we packed that truck good. So it just goes to show you, if you pack things right and when you pack things yourself, you can end up with a, your stuff not broken. I got some scratches and stuff here and some of my stuff, but nothing I can't fix. What's up? What'd you get?
So this is my sister's backpack. She has a lot of stuff. So she has this thing that she stole from me 10 minutes ago.
Backstory. This is my high school scientific calculator. Can't hear you, dude.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Hey, listen. Struggling. That thing was the heat back in the day. That calculator right there. Like, you were trying to take that from the kid next to you. Like, let me get that calculator, though.
This thing, yeah. Well, like I said, it's from high school. And they use, as an engineer, I was always having the small calculators with me in my pockets and whatnot to do, basic mathematics. And they use them as phones, and they type on them. And both kids are going to be smarter than me before they hit high school. So, but yeah, this is her book bag. That's her things.
And this is the book that I did not know where she got it, but they said, ready? How to wake up with your phone.
Okay, so real quick, I just want to put this out there. Parents, pick up that book.
Yeah, I don't know where she got this. I think it was one of the free things.
How to wake up with your phone, parents. You have to get that. Because if you don't get your phone, you have to wake up with it. And you get no food.
Get them.
No phone.
You're a silly goose. So talking about the CNC station, dust collection is almost done with it. I'm just getting the rest of the stuff. No more, sir. No more.
I'll be back.
No.
I took me.
Oh, okay.
No.
Anyway, potty break.
That's not my book. I was wondering where that went.
Oh, that's Mom's book. Okay. Anyway, long story. So, CNC station dust collection is, getting there. I need to get a spoil board. Get that in place. The Festool vac dust extractor is already set up with it, ready to go. But I actually sold my drill press. It sold within 12 hours of posting. I had a buyer within a couple hours of posting. And I used the cabinet that I was sitting on as my CNC router bits and like station, essentially. I have all that stuff in there. So I don't have to build any drawers. I already have something that fits right underneath. It's ready to go, which makes it kind of nice. But yeah, for the most part, everything's set up. And again, knocking on wood, I've ran all 3 dust extractors at the same time, no issues. With the filtration going on the same thing. I mean, like I ran the air conditioning and a dust extractor on the same circuit, and it was fine. 20 amp circuits are so much better than 15. Like, it sounds arbitrary, but it's there's a difference. So it's coming together. The closet needs a little more organization, but I've literally been going through everything, like all those little junk piles you end up getting in the shop that you're going to go through later. I've been going through every single bit of that, every drawer, cleaning it out.
And where's Zane?
I think Zane went to go do something. I put a bug net on the front of the garage, which is a lifesaver. I learned that in Texas. Just going to people's shops, certain people had them on, and like I can go in the shop, open the door, and I have no flies in there. I can have lunch or a drink and not be batting away flies. It's great. And I don't know. It's just the shop is really turning out to where I really want to get in there and start working.
I have a question. For you, Josh, on the shop. Okay, so I know what my wife fell into as far as a trap. I said, "Hey, honey, when we buy this house, I don't care about nothing else but the garage or the shop." As soon as we got there and I unpacked the shop, where was I at? I'm in the shop. Is Heather been stuck into the trap of I'm going to unpack the house?
So yes, she knew that one of the priorities of unpacking, I got the truck unloaded. I put everything everywhere that needed to go for the most part.
Everywhere.
And then I help unpack quite a bit, the major stuff like the kitchen and, laundry room, anywhere she needed help. I'm available. I still got to hang up a whole bunch of stuff. Please put that down. And then I told her, I'm like, look, if I'm gonna get the shop back open, I have to get it open before September. And part of that is I need it fully operational because I don't want to be wasting time doing projects and then trying to set up the laser or trying to set up the CNC while I'm trying to finish a project. So she's been incredibly understanding, and she's actually been happy for me that because we were really concerned. I mean, I was pretty ticked off too when I found out I was going to get the size garage I was getting. I'm pretty sure I relayed that here on one of the episodes. But I have more room. The way I've laid this out and the way I've done it is I have room for everything comfortably. And we'll see when it's operational and I'm working it. But I'm telling you, like, I have, like, I could put up a little table in the center of everything and I can, build on that. It's coming together nicely. I'll be doing a show and tell here eventually. I'll have the old shop and then the new shop, probably in a real version.
What's the first project you're gonna rock out once you get the shop fully set up?
I have a couple of shadow boxes. One has a down payment already. That's the 2-year one that I had gotten in Texas. I have a chief that wants me to do hers and ship it to her. I had someone reach out to me wanting a shadow box by the end of this month, and they reached out the 15th. And I told them that's not going to be possible. End of September is the timeline. They wanted to ship all their stuff and had me put in for them as well. And like, as much as I hate losing a job, it's one of those things where I'm kind of grateful they did not decide to go with me because of it would have been a hassle. And I don't think I could have completed it in time. And then lately I've been having interesting time with one of my clients and trying to work that out. I'm just saying, I think I am doing fairly well for the situation I'm in with customer service. I think I deserve a plaque. I'm going to make myself a plaque for customer service.
Hey, listen, based on what you sent me earlier, dude, you have more patience than I do because I probably would have told one of the dudes that you showed me to kick rocks.
Yeah, well, that's the same conversation. So a little backstory. Before I left, I was asked to do a project. I told them that I needed a piece to be measured so I can complete this plaque. They, after reaching out multiple times, they never got back to me. I wasn't able to complete it in time, but I did everything else I could. Told them that it's going to be almost like a 3-month delay. And, if you don't give me this piece, they were okay with it. They were even talking about upgrading the order. Get here. They asked for a refund. I told them my policy on this particular piece. And that happened just to be, I'll give them half. Basically, I was going to give them not even the profit, half the cost they paid and shop credit. And they can go ahead and, I'll send something. I'll pay the shipping if it's small enough. And I'll make them something else. They reach back. They're like, oh, just make me something else and ship it. I don't reach out to them. And all of a sudden, mind you, I texted them in July. And they didn't get back to me until this weekend. So it's almost a month. And then they were mad because I didn't reply to them within a day. Don't worry about it. And then, long story short, gone back and forth. He told me some misinformation. And this is where I get into do invoices. Write everything on those invoices. If I've learned anything in the last couple of years, getting more popular and doing more jobs, invoicing has saved me arguments. It saved me so many headaches. I could go ahead and I could send the invoices to my clients and be like, the information you're telling me is incorrect. This is what we agreed upon. This is the price that you paid. This is the card you used. This is the date you paid. This is the taxes. And to answer a question from earlier, do I put things in my invoices and then mark them as $0 or whatever, or cross them out? So I use Square. I'm able to put in like design fee of $20 and at the end take that out as a discount. And yes, I do, because I want to make sure they realize that that's not going to be everything, every project thing, and that it's that service, that project that they're currently buying from me. So next time when they get charged $20 for a design, they're not going to be, they should be expecting it based on that.
I've omitted a design fee or two, as well as like shipping. Yeah. Like, hey, this is how much shipping would have cost. Hey, this is how much me designing this would have cost. Hey, this is what this other extra stuff that I'm giving you a discount on would have cost. So it's like, yeah, they paid X amount of dollars, but they would have paid like 25% more, had they gotten the full price.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the things I relayed to this particular client. I was like, look, I tried to make sure that my projects are quality. And I also tried to make sure I take care of my clients, because I understand the majority, including this person, are military and things happen. And it's not easy, and you're spending hard work, your money that you worked hard for. I am not trying to rip anyone off or, become rich. I'm just trying to get enough profit so I can either do something fun with my family and, take care of the shop. So it's one of those things where I don't feel right saying, this is a done deal. I think I do owe him a project of some sort, but it's going to be to the policy I put in place. And I'm not budging from that because I think it's fair. The resources that I utilized to start a project and get to a point where I was waiting on him and for him to want to drop that, it's not even covering the cost of materials and time. It's literally just, I'm trying to be reasonable. And I think I'm meeting more than halfway on it. So
something to Jason's comment here in the chat. He says, do you leave what it would have cost them invisible?
yes.
I sure as hell do. And the reason why, you go to any retail store, any place you get a discount on, you see what you would have paid.
Absolutely.
So what's the difference? And on top of that, believe it or not, whoever may be listening, when you leave that price on there, it's a marketing technique.
Oh, absolutely. Dude.
Because it's a deal. Now, mind you, some folks or some stores or any of those things, they'll do that as a marketing technique when they know damn well what they're charging is already still 50% above or 100% above what they cost them to make it or whatever the case may be.
Oh, yeah.
But in an honest shop, so when I give a discount, I'm legitimately giving a discount. And you know what? I'll share with you all how I actually come up with my prices. When I go and make my prices, I take materials times 30%. That's where I get most of my costs from. And then I give a little bit of extra for my time because I don't charge hourly. Because guess what? If we charge hourly as hobbyists, we wouldn't make nothing. So materials times 30%, that's most manufacturing percentages is 30%. Now, for some things like premium things, and I'll tell you what, Ben and I have had this conversation multiple times about 3D artwork. We'll call it artwork, okay? Projects, artwork, whatever you want to call it. Most people will not pay top dollar for 3D because they do not understand that it takes hours and hours and hours of work to complete a 3D project. From design all the way to actually developing the concept. Way back when, I made an OSI, or Office of Special Investigations badge shadow box. That shadow box took me 38 hours to carve. Mm-hmm. But I didn't charge them for 38 hours. I just charged them for the complexity of the job. And what I can tell you is I still made money. Bless you. I still made money on that job. And that's good. But what I can say is, as a homeowner and in the military still, and a person who owns a side business, I can tell you one thing that is not considered in my charging currently and to the customer's advantage is the amount of electricity I use to run my shop. Because I'm already paying that electric bill out of my military paycheck. So my jobs don't see that. And yes, you can get that back as a deduction. However, that deduction does not meet the amount you've spent on actual electricity. Now, one of these days, I will have a separate meter. I'll have a sub panel that operates the shop. It'll have its own thing, and I'll be able to actually calculate how much electricity I use here, or not here specifically, but in my shop. That way I can pay, my business can pay me as a person for the resources used to produce the product. But right now, my overhead is, whatever I pay in material currently. And then a little bit of wear and tear. But But yeah, that's how I charge my prices, believe it or not.
So, yeah, I mean, I've done the same thing. I usually do materials times 2 and then 10%. And that usually ends up, we're actually almost in the same ballpark most days. We talk about prices here and there. But I also think we've done it long enough where we know what's too much and what's too little. And, I can kind of feel that out too.
So the funny thing is, I've been doing this for 3 years. Josh, you're roughly 3-4 years. And I'm going to tell you what, man, I still don't charge the right amount. And how I know that is people jump at my prices quicker than anything.
Yeah, I agree in that aspect, but there's one thing that's a big change from when I started. When I gave a price, I would always have a pit in my stomach while doing it, or even after I'd given it, thinking I didn't charge enough. Now, when I give a price, I feel good. I truly believe it's a fair deal to them and myself when I do it. And that, to me, has made all the difference.
So if I told you a 3D carving with all the works and the things I'm going to do to a certain project, $300, 36 inches wide by, I think it's 7 inches tall, with walnut and cherry. Cherry is the backer, walnut's the 3D piece with a custom, we'll call it names and wording below it in walnut as well.
36 by what? 36 by 7 inches
7.5.
By what?
Tall. 7.5 tall. The model itself is 1 inch thick.
Okay. So 7 inches tall, 36 inches in length.
Wide.
And then, okay, $300 per inch. Yeah, I would say that's a fair price. I mean,
it's going to take like 7-8 hours to carve this thing.
Well, again, we talked about this, and I've talked about it with Ben for Beach Time Woodworks, and like you hit on this already. What?
1 hour. How we reached 1 hour.
We've reached 1 hour.
Which hour?
Long story short here, 3D carving takes a long time because to do it right, you need to take the time. In fact, that's where I think I've gone wrong, is I've actually went too fast for my controller, and we'll be revisiting that. But what I'm trying to hit on here is you can't charge for time when it comes to 3D carving.
No.
It's just not feasible.
No. So I would say, if I charge for time on machine, it'd be way more. But the way I look at it is this: that's 7-8 hours my machine is taken, and I can't do anything else on it.
You're right. But I mean, like, you would never get the price it's worth.
Oh, no. Believe me, if I charged what it was worth, I wouldn't get any business.
So, I mean, there's that argument. Like, yeah, you can absolutely, if you want to charge how much it's worth, you could do $1 amount per hour or per minute, or however you want to charge it. And then that would be probably another $300-400.
Yeah. But hey, that's not the world we live in. So, you charge for the whole thing of what you think it might be worth. And honestly, in my mind, as long as I profit in one way or another based off material and whatever, guess what? I paid the material back and I made a couple bucks off of it.
Though I will say the one thing I'm kind of at a disadvantage coming in here, actually two things, is I don't have a lumber yard. I don't know how much lumber here costs, so pricing. What? Yeah, I have to find a lumber yard. Like, I have to figure out where I'm going to be getting my lumber. I don't know what things cost, so I can't give a cost estimate yet here. In addition to that is I'm not seeing a lot of custom pieces at all. So I don't know if my prices are going to stay the same, go up or go down. I don't think I'll go down. Okay. And yeah, that's something I'm going to have to work out. But we're at the hour time, but unless you have something to hit on real quick.
Real quick, hey, Jesse 4, he's there at Scott. You should hit him up since he's a maker.
He's here, Scott?
I'm pretty sure he's in Illinois because I'm pretty sure Nick was up there recently.
I don't think it was Illinois. I thought it was something else.
I thought it was Illinois. If not, whatever, we can talk about it at the podcast. But
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
If
But
he is,
either way,
yeah, I'll reach out to him regardless and see how he's. I haven't talked to him in a while.
but yeah, we are on that hour mark, and I appreciate you all. It was a great episode, I feel. We got the kids involved because, hey, the kids are the ones that are always in our shops, whether we like it or not.
Yeah. And you know what? I think it was a different type of episode.
Mm-hmm.
You did pretty good, buddy, for sticking around and kind of hanging out with us.
Yep.
All right, son, Bill. He said, nope, I'm watching the movie, Dad.
1 hour and 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
15 seconds. 16 seconds. Okay, do you have anything to say before we wrap it up?
Nope.
Not at all? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
You had fun?
Hey, you like how he just appears at the end of the episode? Like, what is this? It
Yeah,
even
it's
cool.
pretty cool.
Could we keep going? Because I want to keep going.
Zane.
Could we do 2 hours?
No, we're not doing 2 hours.
No.
All right. So thank you all for joining us for another episode of Sawdust Nation Podcast. Episode 165. We are, hang on, quick math. I need help. 35 episodes away from 200, which seems like a lot, but really it's not. Time's been flying by. Just like they say in the military, once you get past a certain point, the time just seems to melt away. Well, that seems to be what it is for the podcast, because at the end of the day, the podcast is, to me, it's fun to me, and I enjoy talking to everybody. And this episode was kind of a testament to the fact that, hey, we can kind of take a step away from the structure that we're used to and have a little fun, especially bringing the kiddos and, having them talk a little bit. Even if my son Zane only talked about dinos, and Noah, you have better sentences than my son because you're a little older. You seem to understand the shop a little more than Zane over here. But he'll get there. He'll get there. But for all the woodworkers and makers out there that have children, make it a family affair. Because if you don't, it's not as enjoyable. I've enjoyed my shop time more when my son's out there because, well, he enjoys seeing me do what I do. He's been on the router with me. He's vacuumed up the dust happily, even though I'm using him as an employee. And he doesn't know it yet. But it's a fun time when you have the family involved. So within the community, other than helping each other, if you have a family out there, you have people that you care about, get them involved in one way or another, and it'll be a good time, man. On that note, for my son over here. Josh, final words and wrap this thing up, bud.
Zane, do you have anything you want to say real quick?
SAWDUST NATION OUT.
There you go, buddy. We'll have both of you guys do it again really loud. That way we can post it at the end. Hey, thank you guys for joining us for the Father and Son episode 165. It's been fun. It's been entertaining.
Bye.
I learned more about dinosaurs, Pokemon. We got to talk a little bit of shop. But you know what? I'm going to wrap this up a little differently. It's all about family. We do a lot of work. We do a lot in the shop. But in the end, it's all about family. And with that,
Give me some sawdust.
and
Sawdust Nation Podcast out.
say it really loud.
Sawdust Nation Podcast out. No, too loud.
Yeah, a little.
Great collab. Great job, kids. Appreciate you guys.
Bye. Bye. Bye, kids.
Right.
All you
Question.
kids in the chat there.
No, I'm saying
Which ones are the kids here?
I know, right?
you and him. We are the grown-ups.